go on to the phone lines now, and we'll be having an interview on an issue that started, discussions yesterday. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Charlotte Osei, says that she will not vote in this year's elections. Speaking on Accra-based Metro TV program, which is Good Evening Ghana, she maintained that voting was not compulsory. Her predecessor, Dr. Afarijan, also took a similar stance whilst in office. And this issue has raised quite a number of discussion in various media circles, and would want to speak to CDD, an official from CDD. They have raised concerns about the fact that she could have kept that to herself, not necessarily make it public. Mr. Abrampa, Mensa Abrampa, he's a programs officer with the Center for Democratic Development. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, brother.
Your outfit has raised concerns about the fact that the EC chair says that she will not vote, and actually made this public, and you are in disagreement about the fact that she made it public. How so, and what is the concern that you have with that decision?
Good afternoon. Let me say good afternoon to our listeners again. The EC chair, by the Constitution, has all the secrecy of her votes guaranteed, as she may want it to be. Right. But Constitution does not force. In fact, Ghana voting election is compulsory, as happens in other jurisdictions. Whether you like it or not. So constitutionally and legally, the EC chair has not done anything wrong against the law. However, looking at the position that she occupies, and looking at reading some of the reports that have come up, especially in some of our election activities, the exhibition, district level elections, and all these things that have recorded very low turnouts, that the EC itself sometimes carry out advocacy to shape up people's interest in it, which is supported by media organizations, supported by civil society organizations. It's expected that the chair herself will lead by example, and even if you will not vote, you keep it to yourself so that you don't dampen people's image, send the wrong signal. That will see to change all the advocacy programs that are being carried out to shape up people's interest in the electoral process. Okay. So yes, we are saying even though legally he's not wrong anybody, he's not committed any crime, but ethically and professionally, she shouldn't have gone public on that statement. But
do you not think that her decision to make it public would also, put some level of rest on this, the discussions that because there's a possibility she will vote, there is a tendency she will vote for one party, and there's also that possibility that she would favor that party? Her position is quite sensitive. So
it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. In fact, everybody has a right to secrecy of votes. Whether you vote or not is not made public. Okay. What is important is that you are occupying a chair, you're occupying a situation that your organization or the EC itself, together with other institutions, have identified a challenge, and over the years have tried to work against that challenge. So it is expected that you contribute, you help your organization, other institutions who are trying to. We are yet to release our exhibition exercise reports on this exercise, and one of the statements that we've made there is apathy towards some of these election activities, and we are encouraging the EC to keep up with the minimal advocacy that they've been carrying out to keep up people's interest. We are encouraging other civil society organizations to help the EC carry out these activities. So if the EC chair herself is putting up a statement that will rather discourage people to take part in the process, that you are saying, even the chair herself is saying it's not compulsory. Why are you worrying me? Okay. That's what we're saying, that legally she's not wrong anybody, but professionally we think she shouldn't have come out publicly on that. Okay,
all right. So we are looking forward to that report you're talking about. But talking about reports, the NDC has rejected outright your report that says that about 70% of Ghanaians believe that the country is headed in the wrong direction, and that they insist that you are not being the mouthpiece of the government. But we just want to ask you what your take is on this particular.
They are saying we are not being the mouthpiece of the government. Yes, we don't intend to be the mouthpiece of the government. We intend to be the mouthpiece of the populace. We intend to be the mouthpiece of Ghanaians. In fact, what came out was perception survey, what people actually think. Okay. And in fact, I was listening to Peace FM reporter from Tamale, just a day after our report, he hit the ground to sample a few views as to what people think about the economy. Right. And I tallied how many people I heard on air, about 8. It's like expressing similar views as to what we've put out there. So it's not what CDD is saying. CDD is presenting the views of people we spoke to. So I don't see why any government spokesperson will condemn CDD. I was thinking the report will be taken, look at the issues concern or matters to Ghanaians, and they deal with it. Now that people have started developing their manifestos, what matters to Ghanaians? When you look at the report, the itemized issues that they want every government to address, they want the manifesto to touch on. That's what we're thinking. That we provide you the information as to what your people think, what your people expect from you, so that you just sieve it. What is important, you put it in your manifesto and you act upon them, so as to dissuade the perceptions going around in the country. So it's not something that we are being a spokesperson for anybody. And also to answer your question, whether we are on the government side or not, go back to our report in 2004. The MPP in government then also condemned us that we are pro-NDC. So that's how it goes. The political parties depends on where they find themselves at a particular moment and how they receive reports.
Okay. We are grateful for your clarity you've put to this issue, and thank you very much for speaking with us. Mensa Abrampa is Programs Officer with the Center for Democratic Development.